Alright, so I want to cover a couple things people had questions about last time here before we get started. So I'm going to go ahead and just start a plain drawing here, not with my title box. I'm going to grab a line. I'm just going to click to start it like I would any other drawing. Alright, when I draw the length, you can see that it's highlighted and I can manually input that length. But you'll see that the angle, if I move it here, you see the angle climbing, so there's 65 degrees. If we want to lock it into an angle, all we have to do is hit tab on the keyboard. We can type in our angle, say 30 degrees. If I hit tab again, now it's locked into 30 degrees, but I can move or set the length. So I could type in an exact length if I knew it, so 8 inches maybe. Or I can, extend that length past another line and come back and trim it later. So tab is the magic key that you need to work back and forth between angles and the length of a line. I'm going to hit escape. This is just a quick little demo some people had questions about. While I have this open, and if you don't have AutoCAD open, go ahead and get it open real quick. We want to type in a command here, and we can just start typing. It'll show up there on our cursor for the dynamic input. And we're going to type in the word startup, or if you type part of it, you can see startup in the list of commands here. It should default to the 3 option. We're going to change it to 1. Press enter, close, and relaunch AutoCAD. No to the drawings. We don't need to save anything. So I'm going to relaunch AutoCAD here. Now at the beginning we hit this dialog box that pops up here, and it'll let us either open a file, it's kind of the old school menu, or more importantly it'll let us change between imperial, which is feet and inches, or the metric side of CAD. So we need this box to switch between the two. This is the only way to do it. So we're going to choose metric for this drawing, and we're going to just do a quick little drawing here using metric and a couple new tools. So I'm going to start out with by drawing some circles. Radius circles are fine, and I'm just going to start anywhere on my screen. If you like the grid, you can come back down here and turn on the grid. I kind of like having that on. So I'm just going to start up here. We don't have a title box for in the metric world, and we're not going to create one. So I'm just going to click and draw a 50 millimeter radius circle. Okay, get myself positioned there, and now I'm going to draw another radius circle, but I'm going to snap from my first center point here. So I'll click snap from, I'll say at, okay, 70, comma, 40, and it'll be 25 millimeters. I'm going to repeat the same thing, circle, snap from the original center point. I'm going to say at negative 50, comma, negative 60. I'm going to type in 25 millimeters. Then I'm going to grab my line tool, and I want to snap tangentially from edge to edge of the circle. So I'm going to use my object snap toolbar and choose snap to tangent. Click the edge of the first circle. Click this snap to tangent again. Click the edge of the smaller circle. Doesn't really matter what order. I'll repeat the same thing for this other one. Snap tangent, snap tangent. Now on the bottom here, I want to connect these circles via a tangent circle. So to do that, I'm going to come up here to my circles. I'm going to choose tangent, tangent radius, or they abbreviate it tan radius. I'm going to click the 2 tangent circles, and I'm going to type in a radius, which we know of is 40. And I'm going to repeat the same thing up here, but the circle is going to be 50. Now once you have this shape, I'm going to go ahead and trim. So I'm going to choose trim from the modify section, highlight the whole drawing, trim away these unnecessary bits. We should be left with this shape here that kind of looks like a bat or a boomerang. Inside we're going to place 3 different shapes on each of the center points of the first circles. The first one's the easiest, so we're going to choose center diameter circle. I'm going to click this lower center point and draw a 20 millimeter diameter circle. Then we're going to add polygons to the other 2 center points. To do that, we'll come up here to the draw section. Under rectangle, if we choose the drop down, it'll be polygon. The first thing it asks us to do is decide on the number of sides, and for the first one we're going to draw a square, so I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to come up here and choose my center point. We're going to circumscribe about a circle, and we're going to type in 10 for the radius. It still thinks it's an imaginary circle, so you got to talk in terms of radiuses still. I'm going to do another polygon. This one's going to be a 6-sided polygon, so I'll type in 6. I'm going to come up here and hover, then pull down to my center point for the original big circle and say circumscribed about a circle, and we're going to type in 30. So that'll give us a 6-sided polygon or hexagon here in the center. Once you have this, you need to go ahead and save it and call it the rocker arm design. And you can go ahead and close out a CAD and work on the rest of the practice drawings.